Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am super excited to guide you through the Microsoft Power BI June 2026 update. If you use Power BI, you already know the platform is constantly evolving, but this month, it brings an absolutely massive wave of updates. We're talking AI-driven automation, incredible reporting flexibility, and seriously powerful improvements to your modeling and collaboration workflows. So let's break all of these dense updates down into a really clear roadmap.
All right, here's our agenda for today. We're going from macro to micro. We'll start with 1, AI-powered modeling and apps, then hit 2, upgrading your reporting visuals, dive into 3, developer and API enhancements. And okay, let's kick things off with section 1, AI-powered modeling and apps. Prepare to be wowed, because the time savings we're about to see are literally game-changing. You know how building a custom data application on top of your semantic model used to be, well, a pretty heavy lift? Not anymore. With the brand new Fabric Apps workflow, you literally start by just writing your requirements in a simple Markdown specification file. You can even have AI help you draft that spec. From there, you use a coding agent of your choice, like the GitHub Copilot CLI, hand it a link to your spec file, a link to your semantic model, and just let it work. In roughly 20 minutes, it scaffolds the whole project and deploys a fully functional, enterprise-ready application. Want to add a dark mode? Or maybe create specific landing pages for executives versus managers? Just update the Markdown spec, hand it back to Copilot, and boom, the app updates. It is a staggering reduction in the effort you need to build tailored data solutions. And it gets better. Let's look at how this transforms your daily data prep with Copilot in web modeling. Think of Copilot as your tireless modeling assistant. Instead of hunting through complex schemas yourself, Copilot analyzes your current state and provides reasoning steps. It'll actually pop up and say, hey, you're missing 5 specific relationships between your fact and dimension tables, want to create them? And you just click Allow. It can also quickly hide key columns across multiple tables with a single prompt, delete duplicates, and, this is absolutely crucial, it can automatically generate AI instructions to ensure your model is perfectly prepared for AI readiness. It basically turns tedious manual schema work into a quick, natural language chat. Let's shift gears and dive into section 2, upgrading your reporting visuals. We're moving from that back-end AI magic to the granular, everyday front-end tools that report authors use all the time. First up on the front end, we have a massively requested quality of life update. The contrast between the old experience and the new date picker is just huge. Previously, if you wanted relative dates and manual date selection, it could feel super disjointed. But the new date picker combines everything into a unified, single calendar experience right within the slicer. You can specify a manual range, pick a single date, or use the slider to grab a whole range and drag it around. Best of all, you can set it to automatically roll forward as your data refreshes, so you can anchor it to always show, say, the last 10 months from today. This is going to drastically reduce your ongoing report maintenance. And speaking of features that feel like they've finally grown up, shape maps are officially generally available. They are fully out of preview. You're no longer limited to those basic built-in maps. You now have full support to specify custom map URLs, or you can even upload custom GeoJSON files, which are standard geographic data files. That means you can map out literal custom floor plans or hyper-specific regional zones if you want to. Add to that the full array of conditional formatting options, including exact gradient controls for color saturation, and your ability to easily compare regions is just better than ever. Okay, let's do a high-energy lightning round through some highly requested visual formatting updates. For scatter charts, you've got a new toggle to auto-fit markers, so as they get bigger, they no longer clip awkwardly at the edges. For matrices, you can now use conditional formatting to control column widths. And there's a cool auto-expand capability, so matrices adjust automatically when fields are added or removed. If you love designing with dark backgrounds, you're going to be thrilled that slicers finally let you customize the color of checkboxes and radio buttons. Over in Tooltips, there's a brand new sentence format mode, which lets you craft dynamic narrative explanations of your data, instead of just listing boring numbers. And finally, card visuals now support custom hover styling states, giving you exact control over how images react when a user hovers their cursor over them. The level of granular control you have now is phenomenal. Let's pivot to section 3, developer and API enhancements. We're zooming back out to the back end to look at the tools making developers' lives so much easier. First up, DAX user-defined functions, or UDFs, are now generally available. If you haven't used them, a DAX UDF allows you to define your complex data analysis expressions logic a single time and then reuse it across multiple semantic models. So why does this matter? Because it completely eliminates the need to ever duplicate complex formulas again. It ensures consistency across your entire organization and greatly simplifies your ongoing model maintenance.
Also, the rollout for the PBIR format is officially resuming this June, progressing toward becoming the default report format. This is a really vital step toward better enterprise-scale source control. It fully supports professional developer workflows like robust source control, CI/CD pipelines, that's continuous integration and continuous deployment, and programmatic editing of your report files. Just wrapping up the backend, we have a few more fantastic tools to cover. There's a new preview feature called Desktop Bridge, which actually allows external tools and agents to connect directly into your Power BI desktop environment. Inside the DAX query view, you no longer have to rewrite your query just to sort or filter the data. You can now explore, sort, and filter the result sets directly in the grid, which is going to save you tons of time during data exploration. And lastly, Power BI reports can now be seamlessly added directly into your private and shared Microsoft Teams channels, keeping your collaboration right where the conversation is already happening. Finally, let's head into section 4. And that brings us to the end of this explainer. This June 2026 update is seriously a massive leap forward. From generative AI deploying entire apps in 20 minutes, to reusable DAX UDFs, to unified date pickers and fully released shape maps, the toolkit has literally never been stronger. So I want to leave you with this question. From generative AI apps to DAX UDFs, how will you use these new capabilities to transform your next data project? The tools are sitting right there waiting for you to use them. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Stay focused and go build something amazing.